Welcome. It is Friday. Can you believe it? I'm so happy that it's Friday. I've still got a ton of work I need to do, but I'm just happy the fact that it's Saturday tomorrow and I'm going to have a bit of a lie-in because it's been a long week. It's been a really long week. Thank you for joining me. I know it is Friday evening. You could probably be doing something better, but you're watching me anyway, so thank you so much. There is a poll in the chat, if you can see it. I'm asking you the question, should celebs get sued for promoting scams? The reason why I'm asking this question, it would be great to get your opinion on this. So please vote in that poll and let me know if you can actually see the poll, by the way. I can see it. Hopefully you can as well. Because now a ton of celebrities who promoted FTX are now being sued. And I thought we'd take a quick look at this. There was one of the attorneys who's actually who's leading this lawsuit in the States. Some of the stuff he says is actually really, really interesting. And it kind of calls into question as well the ads that were run for FTX as well. Were very, very polished. I'm going to show a couple of those. But first and foremost, let's just have a little look at and a little listen to what the attorney who is heading up this lawsuit has to say.
People can't, you can't wrap their hands or their brains.
Let's go back
over
to the beginning.
FTX's crypto collapse on behalf of his client, Edward Garrison, in this class action lawsuit. Mr. Moskowitz, welcome. Good to have you here. Tell us what your client's interest is here and what you think happened. What's criminal here, potentially?
I don't think John Grisham could have made up facts any crazier than this past week. We have been battling Voyager, which was the third largest crypto company here in Miami, for over a year. And the end result was going to be that FTX was going to put in $1 billion and give to the victims of Voyager. Well, what happens last week? FTX goes bankrupt. So they now have about $11 billion, which they've taken from investors. The Voyager investors now are getting nothing. So we're continuing our two cases because FTX was big.
This was really, really interesting. So they were saying, because obviously Voyager went bust, right? And what you said there is that FTX and SBF basically said, look, we're going to give $1 billion to help those people who lost money in Voyager, when all along there was all of this stuff happening with FTX in the background. And look, I don't know whether some of this stuff is true or whether it's complete and utter BS, but some of the things that are being kind of thrown out there as rumor at the moment around there was no real tracking in balance sheets, that employees were able to take loans from the business to buy houses, property in the Bahamas. I don't know how much of that I would like or want to believe, because surely there has to be some kind of governance, right? We know that they didn't have a board, but allowing your employees to take loans from the business that didn't need approving apparently to go and buy property just sounds a little too far-fetched for me. I mean, they need to provide a little bit of evidence of that, but at the minute we're in the realm of rumor mill at the minute. But if it is true, it's astounding.
It was based here in Miami. That's where the fraud emanated from. That's where the Bitcoin Miami convention took place. So we're going to make sure that anybody and everybody that could be liable, and you brought it up there, Martha, there's celebrities that made a lot of money and promoted this product, and there's case law right on point that unless you tell people you're getting paid and how much you're getting paid and what your incentive is, you can be liable. Floyd Merriweather was liable, DJ Khaled was liable, Kim Kardashian was liable, and the worst of all is Mark Cuban, who not only did an Instagram or a post, he did road shows. He took his Dallas Mavericks team to promote the Voyager stock, and he said it was the safest and the best investment.
So this is a point though, right? Because someone's just basically just said here, and this is a really good point. Let me just bring this comment up right here. It says, in order to sue a celebrity for FTX, then the suer would have to show intent from them that they were in on the con. I don't know whether that's necessarily true, but I can see that. And I think there has to be, you have to be able to make a sound case for this to stand, right? But this isn't the first time we've had celebrities involved in these kind of things because they get paid a lot of money. Now, if you think about Kim Kardashian, for example, right? I might have to just get rid of this and just share another screen in a moment, right? But if you think about, actually, let me just do that right now so you can just see what I'm talking about. If you think of the likes of Kim Kardashian, for example, right? She basically got fined by the SEC. So it's not, she wasn't sued, but she was fined by the SEC. Not wrong one, wrong one. Which one am I sharing? Give me 1 second, guys. Where is it? Window. We want this one right here. There we go. She got fined by the SEC 1.3 million pounds for, I think she was promoting Ethereum Max or something like that, right? $1.3 million she was fined by the SEC because of her part in the fact that actually went bust. And there were a number of other celebrities that also promoted at the same time that they also went after. Now, I think it was rumored that she was paid $250,000 for that placement, for that little mention on Instagram. And this is where you start to think about celebrity power and influence, right? Because ultimately, someone like Kim Kardashian, for example, she is the I guess, the icon, the source of inspiration for a lot of young people. And when you start thinking about the power that you have, certainly as a celebrity, kids will do what you ask them to because they want to be like you. They want to have the same lifestyle that you do. This is where it becomes a little bit questionable. But this comment is true. They have to show intent, I guess, that they were in on the con. So who knows? Let's have a little listen to the rest of what he had to say, because I thought it was actually quite interesting. Let me just minimize that quickly so you can see me a little bit clearer.
So he certainly promoted the...
Actually, you may not be able to hear that. Let me just get this right. 1 second. So many options, so many screens. I want that one right there and this one. There we go. This is the one that you want.
Product.
Yeah, but I would imagine their attorneys are going to say, they had no idea that this was an investment that would be dangerous. They were told that everything was fine on the books at FTX. They'll also, I would imagine, say that there's some caveat emptor here. These are risky investments. Cryptocurrency is something a lot of people can't, you can't wrap their hands or their brains around for very good reason, I might add. What do you think of those defenses?
Well, I think that's exactly the point. How can they say we didn't know much about it, but as you just saw from Tom Brady's commercial, he's saying it's safe and a great investment. The SEC and the regulators have made it clear. If you're going to be a celebrity endorser, you need to state right up front what you're getting paid, what your incentive is, so that the public, when they listen to you, can make their decision. These celebrities did nothing. Steph Curry did nothing. Larry David did nothing but say, trust us. And the only way this massive fraud could have taken place for $12 billion is to get the largest and most famous people in the world that everybody will rely upon and trust. And that's what they did. And they were going to share in the recovery of FTX, so they got to share in the liability.
Well, I encourage everybody to read the background on this story and how the money started moving around to different assets, and some of it disappeared and may be hidden somewhere to protect Sam Bankman-Fried so that he doesn't go completely bankrupt. We don't know. We'll see where the money leads, and also the big questions about these Democrat donors and whether or not that led to loose regulation for these firms from Washington and Capitol Hill. I hope you'll keep us posted on how this goes. Adam Moskowitz, thanks for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you.
Lots of really good questions there. I'm telling you right now, because, he was the biggest donor to the Republican Party, right? He was buying favors, he was buying influence, and all of the stuff that we've been hearing around them being mysteriously hacked, right? I mean, how convenient that you get mysteriously hacked and millions upon millions of dollars get moved to wallets across multiple locations. I mean, it's pretty nuts, to be honest. It really, really is. But the question is, I mean, people are saying in the polls, 75% yes, 25% no at this point in time. Someone is saying here, I think there would have to be some accountability. I would definitely agree because of the influence that I guess celebrities actually have. And it's actually interesting, actually. I do want to play this because it's worthwhile just having a look at the ads that they were run. So the guys that are being sued at the moment, we've got Steph Curry, we've got Tom Brady, and we've got Larry Davids, that are being sued right now. But this right here is the Steph Curry advert that that was placed for FTX. Looks really professional, pretty slick.
This is Steph Curry, the world's leading expert on cryptocurrency.
I'm not.
He's not making pasta, he's printing crypto.
No,
He mines Bitcoin from a giant block of ice.
definitely not.
Okay, quit messing around, man. Give me some tips on crypto.
No.
But you are an expert, right?
No, I'm not an expert, and I don't need to be. With FTX, I have everything I need to buy, sell, and trade crypto safely.
Can you at least teach me how to shoot free throws?
I thought that was pretty cool. To be fair, as an ad, I mean, look, I think the bit that
Yield
people
farm.
are getting really,
It sounds like
really,
something you do in World of Warcraft.
get rid of
But
this.
the
One
year
sec.
is 2022, and the
Coffeezilla, by the way, if you heard that. One of the things that people are obviously complaining about in that ad is the fact that obviously he's saying he's not an expert, which he isn't. But if you watch that, is that something you would actually buy? Would you believe it? Would you use it? I mean, that's the whole point of advertising, right? So to a certain extent, whilst the attorney says you need to show what your interest is and you need to disclose how much you get paid, okay, well, what if it's not a crypto product? Does that then mean that anything a celebrity gets paid to do has to be, I guess, disclosed in every instance? Coca-Cola has to be disclosed, although there is no risk that you're going to get scammed on Coca-Cola. But people could argue that maybe there are health indications, health problems that might come from too much Coca-Cola. There is so much that you could kind of explore and go down in terms of a rabbit hole when it comes to this whole thing. And really, the bigger question is, if you are going to hold if you're going to hold the celebrities accountable, then what does that then actually do in terms of other people who may have actually promoted it who also have influence? You know, the YouTubers, Graham Stephan. Do you sue them? Do you sue Meet Kev? Do you sue some of the big guys who were paid £50,000 to £100,000 a month, who encourage people to use this, who may have lost money? Do you sue them as well? It will be interesting to see where this all goes. But I think personally that there has to be some kind of regulation around this. And I think crypto is, I don't want to say scapegoated, because that would be the wrong thing to say. That would be the wrong phrase to use. There's a lot of stuff that has happened in crypto over the last year or so. So many scams have happened, and it is the wild, wild west. And so I think there is a responsibility on the celebrities themselves, actually, to be more cognizant of what they're actually promoting. I tell you what happens with a lot of them. Their manager or their agents will get an email. The manager or the agent will ask how much money, and then they will go to the celebrity and be like, listen, we think you should do this. It's paying this much. And then celebrity's like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. And then that's pretty much it. They go off and do it. They don't really do any due diligence, any personal research into what it is that they're promoting. And I think that really is the issue here, because you have to ask yourself, if Steph Curry knew that this could possibly be a scam, would he do it? No. With Tom Brady? No. Someone said here that Tom Brady has lost most of his money in this scam. I can't remember how much they were saying. Someone said 655 million. I don't think he's worth that much, but he's lost money in this scam as well. So does that make him even? I don't know. I mean, there are lots of questions here. Will this lawsuit actually work? I don't know. But what I think it will do is it will serve as a warning to celebrities that you need to be more cognizant of what you're promoting, particularly when you're getting paid a lot of money to be able to do that. And I do honestly think that a little bit of this does fall into the realm of YouTube as well. And I think, even we should be regulated sometimes for some of the stuff that is said on social media, here on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, because I just think that where we talk about money, and it's such an important topic, it's an important commodity, and it's probably the most important commodity beyond health, family, and some of the intangibles in life, right? I think we should have some accountability as well. 100%. I would definitely own up to myself. But what is going to happen? Who knows? Someone put a comment in here. This is really good. I heard this today. The Bahama government forced FTX to send all their remaining assets to them once FTX had already filed bankruptcy 11, and they admitted this today that they forced FTX to do this. Well, for what purposes? Yet we don't know. Is it to secure funds? I hope so, because getting mysteriously hacked. Anything that happens now is going to be like. He's trying to pull a fast one. Anything that happens now is going to lead to those kind of accusations. But there we go. I will do a video because of the budget stuff yesterday and the tax situation. If you've not watched the analysis of the autumn statement from yesterday, go watch it. The tax situation is painful. And someone in the comments is like, I'd love to know your thoughts on investing. So I'm going to do a video on that in regards to capital gains tax being butchered, dividend tax being butchered, what that means from an investment point of view. I will do a video on that, maybe a live stream, maybe tomorrow, maybe on Sunday. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Guys, have an amazing Friday evening, whatever it is that you're going to be doing. And do me a favor, smash the like button for me so that other people get to see this if you found it interesting. But I appreciate every single one of you. Yeah, guys. Cool. All right. Thanks for voting in the poll as well. We end up with 78% of people saying yes, 22% of people saying no. I appreciate every single one of you. Cheers. Catch you.